So, about 4 or 5 days ago, I cleaned out my computer, got all the dust out, and I updated the BIOS. That was a mistake. My computer was working. Now it is not. The order might be a little switched. I think I ruined the BIOS and thought it was the dust. Went to clean it up. Didn't help. Well, I gotta keep working on my projects. Get started with Unity development and all that. Can't be without a computer. I can do a lot with my phone here, but video editing, game making, need a computer. So I decided to pick up one of those Intel NUCs, the next unit of computing. I'm excited for a better CPU. I'm a little wary of having a integrated graphics instead of a discrete graphics card. I'm not going to be able to play games on this machine, which is really sad because I bought all these controllers and this and that. I got very excited about having gaming on Linux because Steam. Oh well. So yeah, it's supposed to be out on delivery, going home for lunch. Hopefully it's there. So yes, my mailbox is a little ghetto, but mailboxes are expensive, so I am doing the cheap and easy route. Ooh. Oh. Yep. Oh, there it is. Wonderful. Let's bring it inside. Okay. So it is a bare bones kit, so it didn't come with RAM. You had to buy that separately. And it didn't come with a hard drive, which I already own because I had a computer. Until it stopped working, of course. Wow. So this is the NUC5i5RYH. So this is the, I guess, 5th generation of NUCs, and it is a Core i5 processor, and the RYH is just the version that has a bigger base. You can fit a full 2.5-inch laptop-sized hard drive into it. We were talking about solid-state hard drives, not spinning disks, because that is way too much heat for these little things. Slides right up. There you go. Nice processor art. And here it is. Wow. This thing is way smaller than I thought it would be. It's smaller than a Mac Mini. That's for sure. Wow. Okay, so we've got 2 ports in the front, both USB 3, and this one is just regular. This one is powered even when the unit is off, which is nice for charging, I don't know, wireless controllers or something. And then, of course, the audio in and out. And then on the back here, we have the power in, display port, Ethernet, a couple more USB 3s, and a mini HDMI, not a full-sized, not a micro, the intermediate. My last graphics card had a mini HDMI, so I already have the adapter. This does not come with an adapter or cables. The only cable it should come with is the power cable. Let's get through some of these. Nice little thingamajig with a QR code. I'll scan that later. Instruction manual. Please download the drivers and BIOS, which I have already. Okay, and then this is the VESA mount. If you're unfamiliar with VESA mounts, on the back of most monitors, there should be 4 holes, and they're made so that you can hook it up to monitor mounts, like the swinging arm mounts, like the wall mounts, the way you mount a TV to a wall or a monitor. This comes with this so that we can mount this to the back of the monitor, which I am definitely going to be doing. I'm very excited for that. So it kind of, you can have your tiny little box turn into a little impromptu all-in-one. Now, they say, yep, pop, that these little NUCs, the 5th generation ones, here we go, have user replaceable lids. So there's nothing here now, just the power button and indicator. You see these little, okay, interesting. Supposedly, you're supposed to be able to get some lids that will allow you to add functionality, such as an NFC reader, which I'm very interested in, for developing things with NFC tags, like little, Amiibo style, Skylanders style action figures with tags. That's why I'm interested in that feature. But they say also you could have the wireless charging pad built into your computer for your phone. So a bunch of interesting use cases there. I will put this back on. See, I scratched it up a little bit, taking it off. I don't like that at all. But it's a pretty flimsy cover. The rest of it's very solid. Solid aluminum, feels like. But yeah, the cover is decidedly plastic. There we go. Wonderful. Yes, telling me where the front is. Okay. So let's see what else is in the box. Ah, yes. The power adapter. So this little brick now the idea with this brick, this goes into the NUC, and this end you plug in whichever region power adapter you need, whether you're European, I think one of these is Japanese, but we are in the United States of America, so America. We will plug in the standard 110 outlet. Let's see how this goes. Goes in like that. Oh, that was easy. Okay, so that's all I need to plug into the wall. I mean, I don't like that it's another brick. And I wish it was more of an extended, but that's okay. Just open this RAM. Oh, that was nice and easy. You know, eco-friendly packaging. Woo! Or at least, you know, minimalist packaging is really a nice thing, especially if they make it easy to open, which generally becomes easier to do. So, we have the RAM, the extra. Now we're supposed to unscrew the back of this to get the RAM in, I believe. So, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my handy screwdriver, just the standard Phillips head. Okay, now that seems to want to stay, which I like. I like it when they design either thumb screws or screws that like to stay. Something you can't lose, especially when it's something that's so important. Also, I don't know if you've found this, a lot of devices come with black screws, and if you lose them, then you have to replace them with your hardware store's silver screws, and it never looks the same. So it's nice when these can stay. Okay, so... Okay, and that flops over like that. So this is the hard drive carriage. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's put the RAM in first. Okay. See these little header pins. Okay. Put that in an angle. You just clip it down. I don't like how that feels. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, so if it doesn't feel right, don't force it. Just wiggle it until it feels right. There we go. See how that... You can't see the pins anymore. Now you can push down. Perfect. Okay, now I think only the Linux OS is on here. I had my home partition on the other hard drive, so it's going to freak out about not having any home partition for any of the users. But let's see if it boots up anyway. So this... Oh. I don't know if you can see that. Here, let me bring that up here. It already has the connectors side by side. So all you should do is just slide it right in there. With the logo facing up even. Which is nice. Nope. They really want you to unscrew it first. Okay, this might be a little big, this screwdriver. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go get a bigger screwdriver, smaller screwdriver. Okay, came back with a smaller set of screwdrivers. Hoping the middle Phillips will work just fine. Perfect. These do not stay in place, but that's okay, as the tip of the screwdriver is a little bit magnetic. It tends to happen to a lot of screwdrivers. Once you get them near a magnet, there we go. It's kind of done for. It's always going to be magnetic. Oh, I see. This wanted a little pressure since all the other screws were out. So, Now will I be able to slide this in? Oh, spacer. It doesn't seem to like. Okay, it's a tight squeeze. That is very snug in there. So I might not have had to detach it, but I think it definitely helped to make it easy to do. So put this spacer and cable protector back on. So while I got the RYH for variant, they do have an RYK variant that does not have a 2.5-inch drive adapter or space for one. And in that case, your only option, and one of the options on this model, is to get a M.2 style solid state drive. And what those look like is they look very similar to RAM. They look like a gum stick with the connectors at the bottom. And that, I believe, you mount it right here. You just click that in there. They're very, very tiny. You can get a decent size for a decent price. I believe it's what all the Ultrabooks and the MacBook Airs and the new MacBooks all use. Is a tiny little chip hard drives. They don't have a plastic enclosure. So, yeah. Very nicely done. I'm really impressed by this. So this little guy has wireless AC, not power, but a newer variant of Wi-Fi, one above wireless N. So you had wireless A, B, G, N, and now you have AC. So this will support Wi-Fi networks for years to come. And it has Bluetooth 4, which I'm very happy about. My last computer that I built, I needed to get a USB dongle for Bluetooth, and it flashed, and it was really annoying how bright it was all the time. This is built in, it's right on the chip, and Bluetooth 4, especially that version of Bluetooth, is exciting because it supports the low power mode for Bluetooth. So that's all in there. Let's take down this monitor and mount it on the back. Okay, so in the box, I kind of missed it within all the power adapter things, was the bag of VESA mount screws. Yay! So they're not just expecting you to kind of already have all the stuff with you. So there's two big screws. If you can see that. These are weirdly shaped screws. Those are for connecting into the bottom of the NUC here and here. And so this will mount sideways. And there's 4 screws like this. So let's get the first one in. So the back of my monitor here has VESA mount screw holes, and I have never used these before, and I am super excited to actually get to use them. Okay. It's rather simple to install yourself, not having any real issues with this, which is good. So I guess there's holes on the outside and holes on the inside. There might be some sort of smaller VESA mount size. Okay. Now, the back of this, I should just screw these in. That seems pretty straightforward. Big enough to thumb screw them in. And then, I guess we boom. And hook up the mini HDMI. And hook up the power. Yes, I've got the power. I'll go down below, and I need to snake the okay, sorry. So hooked up the power, hooked up the HDMI. Now I just need to drop this down below the desk and pull up the audio to plug into this side from below the desk. And maybe plug in things like webcams. Okay, so I went ahead and downloaded the drivers at the BIOS update ahead of time to put on this USB stick. Yes, I know that a BIOS update is the reason I'm in this place in the first place. But, you know, I figure it's still within the product's warranty, and, you know, I can return it and that kind of thing. So, I've heard, I wasn't going to do it, but there was a lot of good stuff that they fixed in the BIOS, and supposedly these BIOSes are supposed to be really nice and slick, and they can update just from a USB file on a USB stick. So I'm going to give it a go. And I saw that there was an F7 to update BIOS. I'm going to do that. So, unknown device, refresh media list. Unknown device. There's my .bio file. Yes, I will update. I'm just doing that first just because. It's the right thing to do. And I'm out. It's done, I think. No, it is flashing the image now. Okay, so it does do a quick reboot into firmware flashing mode. So I'm going to assume that this is a quick process, but I'm also going to assume that I should get lunch. So I'll see you on the flip side. I have put Kubuntu 1504 on a USB stick, and I've plugged it in. Now, it would have taken me about an hour to download, because I didn't have the disk already, but I used the BitTorrent download option, and it downloaded in about 12 minutes. So there's that. Use BitTorrent if you don't want to sit around waiting on your laurels. That's a nice quick boot time. Oh, beautiful Plasma 5 interface. And this is pretty snappy. Go into the try mode instead of straight to install, because I'm not exactly sure what's on the SSD already. So, the login password is nothing. You just hit enter. That's not a typical Linux thing, that's a live CD thing. Wow, this is pretty nice. Graphics are smooth, they go in and out. The Wi-Fi is already here. Connect. So I've had the machine for a few hours now, and I've already connected my DualShock 4 controller to it and installed Steam. And I've got Left 4 Dead 2 running at 1080p. I'm very, very impressed by this. I can use this as a mouse pad. And all of my fears about it being worse than the dedicated graphics card have gone right out the window. I mean, I'm sure it's not significantly better, Um, but I will say that I'm very impressed, and a few of the games I've tried out run a lot smoother. I mean, a lot of that has to do with more RAM, better CPU. So, just to prove it to you. So, all in all, well, yeah, this little guy is awesome. And you get all the kind of benefits of having an all-in-one, not taking up too much space, but like a regular PC you build, you can kind of take pieces of it and upgrade them or repair them individually. If your webcam is down, the old classic picture of an Apple computer, and if the webcam's broken, you have to send the whole computer back to the shop. And the PC, where it's a USB webcam and the webcam's down, you take just the USB to the shop. So that is my NUC5i5RYH. Pretty happy with it.